detail. It was taken seriously for generations with deadly consequences, even dietary rules, for example. Then there's Psalms 137 verse 9 that says, "Happy is the one who seizes your infants and dashes them up against the rocks." That's not poetic at all. It's a blessing pronounced on those who violently kill children of enemy nations. Just picture that. A sacred text celebrating the murder of babies. And this verse still sits in the Bible, recited in churches, sometimes even said to music. How is that not deeply embarrassing to anyone who claims this book is morally superior? In the New Testament, embarrassment comes not just from cruelty, but from failed predictions. In Matthew 24 and 34, Jesus says, "Truly, I tell you, this generation will certainly not pass away until all these things have happened." He's talking about the end of the world. Yet, here we are, 2,000 years later, and that generation is long gone. Believers will stretch and twist the meaning of this, but the words are plain. Jesus predicting the end of the world within his own lifetime, and it did not happen. Now, that's supposed to rule you out as a prophet, but hey, let's take a look at another one. In Judges 19, there's a story about a Levite and his concubine. They stay the night in a stranger's house, and some men from the city surrounded, demanding that the guests be brought out so they can abuse them, grape them. And instead, the Levite sends out his concubine who's graped and abused all night. And in the morning, she collapses at the door. He tells her to get up. She doesn't respond. And then without a word of grief, the Bible says he chops her body up into 12 pieces and sends them throughout Israel. This is one of the darkest, most disturbing stories in the Bible. And yet, it's treated as if it's just another historical account, not a moment to question morality. It's embarrassing to say the least. It's brutal. And this was supposed to be done to start a war. There's also a story in Genesis 19 where Lot offers his 2 virgin daughters to a violent mob in order to protect his guests. Just pause on that for a moment. A man considered righteous is ready to hand over his own daughters to be raped simply to protect these 2 men that is in his home. And later, these 2 daughters get him drunk and then sleep with him to preserve his family line. The entire story is saturated with disturbing ideas. Yet, Lot is still held up as a model of faith. How can anyone read this with a straight faith and still claim the Bible offers timeless family values? In Exodus 4:24-26, there's an odd and confusing passage. It says, God seeks to kill Moses on this journey, and his wife, Zipporah, quickly circumcises their son and then touches Moses' feet with the foreskin. And then God lets him go.